Alright, next thing you do is you need to take out this rod, which is connecting the trim cylinders on this end, and pretty simple. It's got a washer and a C-clip on each end. I guess I didn't need to take it off both ends, but take it off one end and then just use a rubber mallet and tap it out. So that's freed up now. And then there's these 6 stretch bolts. The manual says throw them away. So I guess I'll be buying some new ones of those, but you get to break them free with a box end 5/8 inch wrench. And then what I did was put on a wibble wobble and just backed them out with the ratchet. And so theoretically this is resting on my frame now, and I should be able to walk this back. One thing they say is to be really careful with the spline shaft that's going into that. Support it so that it doesn't fall and dent anything. Alright, that went pretty good. When I loosened those nuts up, I saw a crack form pretty quickly, so didn't really have to get very forceful with it. I just used this real thin pry bar very carefully to get things started. Didn't even have to bang on it. I could just kind of muscle it back. I did have to throw a little shim block under one side here because the boat is sitting crooked on the trailer. So probably keep that in there when I put it back on so that everything lines up pretty good again. I'm thinking about possibly replacing this shift cable while I'm in here. It was kind of a little bit sticky, but like I said, I did verify that it is working. It is fully engaging the shift dog, so that's not my problem, but why not while I'm in here. Alright, side note here. When I built my fixture, I should beef this up a little bit. Should not be picking up on these flanges. Probably want to pick up on that one, because if you look under there, to separate these halves, I've got to get at these bolts right here. And so what I had to do was cob in a little bit extra so that I could support this bottom housing and take the top housing off. So save yourself a little time, do this to start, and things will go a little bit easier. So got 2 bolts there, 2 on the other side, and then there's 2 underneath here. And once I take those off, should be able to pull this puppy off. Then we can get into the fun stuff. Alright, 6 bolts are taken out. Came off pretty easy. Do notice where the water tube goes into this rubber block. It's pretty dry rotted and cracked. They'll look into replacing that. There's probably some other seals and things that I'm going to need to replace while I'm in here. So here she is, getting close. Now, the big trick is that I'm going to have to hold that shaft still while I take off the this nut on this side. And to do that, I'm sure Volvo makes some special expensive tool that it's hard to find. But what I believe I'm going to try to do is make my own. Pick up one of these splined couplers and possibly weld it onto something and use that as my holding fixture. And but we'll see. And that should be the back of my reverse gear. which I will also need a special wrench to take off the ring holding that in, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to have to do is take off the pinion carrier, and this should slide right out, but I believe that I'm going to want to mark the teeth and make sure that they mesh back up in the exact same way, just to be safe.